Hello chess fans, this is Rick from Chess to Impress with a highlight of round 9 of the 2023 Tata Steel Masters Tournament. We're going to look at the game between Ding Liren on the white side versus Anish Giri behind the black pieces. Before the game started, Ding was on 50% and Giri is having a very good tournament. He was on +2 before this game was played. We had an English opening and this is the position after 23 rook d1 to d5 from Ding. Objectively the position is equal, but it's very complex. Knight f5 was the move from Giri here, attacking that unprotected pawn on e3. And the best way to play here for white is to play knight b5, hitting the queen on c7, and when the queen goes to safety, then queen f2 and the game goes on. Again, it's about equal. Black actually has to be careful because that bishop on g4 has no squares. The threat that white has is h2, h3, trapping that bishop. But here, Ding, after a long thought, went back to d2 with the rook. According to Giri, in his interview after the game, Ding panicked here. Black took the pawn. After a long think, there were other options as well, but Giri said, why not take the pawn? Black is now pawn up. Knight c to d5 was played. That's why the rook went back to d2 to get a knight on that nice square, attacking the queen. Knight takes, attacking the queen again, and queen b8. And Giri said after the game that with white you feel you have compensation for the pawn, but it's not so easy to see how you have the compensation. The d5 square is indeed a beautiful square for both the knight and also for the bishop, but you can only put one piece there. And Giri said that his rook on a8 looks stuck, but there is a way to get it into the game through a6. White played h3, the bishop went back to e6, knight f4 and bishop takes c4. Giri claimed that Ding had missed this move. If you take it, there is knight takes c4 with an attack on queen and rook, queen c3, knight takes d2, queen takes d2, and this is also good for black. We have an uneven material distribution now, complex game. But Ding did not take the bishop, he played rook f2 f2, saving his rook from the attack of the bishop, and the bishop went back to a6. That's a nice square covering the e2 square to avoid one of white's rooks going there. And now black is 2 pawns up. Knight h5, Ding goes on the attack. Rook e7, rook d5, queen c7, rook f5. Giri centralizes his other rook and queen c3, setting up an attack against black's king. But Giri had calculated everything. He saw that the attack does not work. He just played b6, a calm move, protecting the a5 and c5 pawns and preparing a possible reroute of the bishop to b7 or c8. Ding has to go for it. He had hardly any time left on the clock. He's 2 pawns down, he has to go for the attack. But from his body language it was clear that he did not really believe in knight f6 check. Giri had seen everything as well. He just took the knight immediately. And after g takes f6, attacking the rook on e7, black is winning, but only in one way. If you save the rook, then it is white who's going to win this game of chess because of queen g3 check. And you cannot interpose the knight because your queen is hanging on c7. And if you don't interpose the knight after queen g3 check, you will be checkmated on g7. So it looks very dangerous after g takes f6, attacking that rook, but there is a way out for black and Giri had seen it. Knight f3 check solves all black's problems. If you take that knight with the queen, then there is rook e1 check. It's now black who's taking over the attack. King f2, rook a2 e2 check, and you have to give the queen like this. And black has a queen for a rook. Ding decided to take with the rook, but that doesn't work either. Rook e1 check came as well. Bishop f1 and king h8, and here Ding resigned. The threat is rook g8, and if you do something against that, for example rook g5, then black just trades everything on f1, and at the end of it there is queen f4 check, a double attack, picking up the rook, and black will be a rook up. So after king h8, Ding resigned on move 37, and not only does he go down now to -1 for the tournament, while Giri is on +3, Ding also moved below the 2800 rating level. Not a good omen for his match in April for the world title against Jan Nepomniachtchi. I hope you liked this highlight from round 9. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up, please subscribe to Chess to Impress channel, and please leave a comment. I will read them all and I will reply to them all. If you liked the video, it would be great if you could share it on social media by clicking the share button on YouTube. You can find me on Instagram, on Twitter and on Facebook. This is Rick for Chess to Impress. Thank you for watching.